Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me here today. So lately I have received a pretty decent amount of PR and I have been testing most of the products that are here before me. There are a few products that I have yet to try, but I thought I would just let you know what I have received, what I have really been enjoying. Like I said, what I still have yet to try, but reviews will be coming soon. So let's just go ahead and get started here. But I do want to let you know real quickly about a couple of products that I am going to be receiving, but I have not yet received them. But I do want to give you the heads up about it. And that is regarding the new drops that are coming from Botanical. They are going to be launching on May 24th. And I am filming this a little bit on the early side. I need to do a little bit of pre-filming. So I don't have the products here with me right now to show you, but I should be able to drop in some B-roll as I'm talking about these products. So like I said, Botanical is going to be launching two products on May 24th. One of them is a brand new release that will be part of the new collection, and one of them is a seasonal release. So let's talk about the new release. This is called the Oasis Enzyme Mask. And as the name says, it's an enzyme mask that has prickly pear and fermented cranberry enzymes that are going to help promote natural exfoliation. These two ingredients also help advance cellular renewal and clears out non-productive cells for optimal barrier function. The texture is a cooling gelée that has full spectrum chia seed and yerba santa extract that help to replenish moisture and soothe irritation, leaving your skin feeling soft and refreshed. There's also mulberry and kinnick, which I think is also known as uva ursi, and that's going to help brighten and even out your skin tone. There's also supercritical extracts of tomato and carrot. So the tomato is going to be rich in lycopene and the carrot is rich in beta carotene. So this is going to help support the recovery process from UV damage. Important to note that there are no essential oils in here. It is safe for pregnancy. There is a mild herbal scent with a hint of garden vegetables and berries. So I am super excited to try this. And of course, I will let you know once I get my hands on it and I do start testing it, what my experience is with it. I am also super excited for the Neroli Hydramist to drop. As you guys know, I absolutely love the Hydramist that Botanical does. So if you are a fan of the Hydramist that they do, you should definitely get your hands on this right away because they do sell out pretty quickly. So as you would guess, because of the name, there is neroli hydrosol in here. There's also nettle, lemon balm extracts, there's glycerin, oat extract, and orange blossom extract. So this just sounds absolutely beautiful and I just cannot wait to try it. So as I mentioned, this drops May 24th. There will be a sale on these new releases and the sale lasts between May 24th and May 27th. So these are just going to be automatically discounted, and then on top of the discount, you can use my code, which is Trish, and you get 20% off of that. Also in the theme of PR, I do want to let you know that Josh Rosebrook sent me a sample of his Ethereus perfume. Now, many of you probably know he had a perfume called Ethereal, and this perfume, Ethereus, is pretty much the same as Ethereal. Now, I do have a sample of the original Ethereal, and this is a sample of the new Ethereus. Now, many of you have been wondering if they are the same or not. I have been doing a side-by-side comparison all morning. And I have the original Ethereal on this arm, and then I have Ethereus on this one. And what I would say is they pretty much are identical. Well, and before I jump into that, let's talk about the notes here. So for those of you who were not familiar with Ethereal and you have not tried Ethereus yet, this is a very soft, ambery, warm perfume. It has notes of sandalwood and amyris and labdanum. There's also, I'll tell you what the notes are that are listed. The top notes are lemon, bergamot, and eucalyptus. Middle notes are amber, sandalwood, and frankincense. Base notes are musk, labdanum, and patchouli, but Josh does list amyris as well when he describes this perfume. So anyway, it is very soft and ambery for sure, and very musky. And in terms of the difference between the two, I don't think there is that much of a difference. Side by side, I would say that I actually do like Ethereus better, the new one, because I do feel like it is softer, a little bit rounder, and it actually does feel like a more full fragrance. I've been thinking a lot about how to describe the subtle difference between the two, and that's the best that I can do. It feels more soft and it feels more full to me. So for those of you who really loved Ethereal, I have great news for you. Ethereus is almost identical, but it does feel better, I think. It feels softer and more full. So that's what I have to tell you about that. Sticking with the perfume theme, if you saw my favorites from March and April, I did a full review of the linen Tutu line, but at that point I did not have a full bottle to show you. I had pictures from the website to show you, but now I do have the full bottle. Daniela, the creator of Linen Tutu, was so sweet and sent me a full bottle. It was on its way. It was supposed to get to me in time for that review slash favorites video, but unfortunately it took a major detour. For some reason it went to Puerto Rico before it got to me here in Portland. But anyway, this is Lately at 5. This is the Jasmine Hinoki perfume that I just really fell in love with. So this is what the box looks like. And then I will show you the bottle, which is just so pretty. I love this bottle so much. I feel like it is just very elegant, understated, but so beautiful in its simplicity. And I'm gonna go ahead and give myself a spritz, which I think will probably blend really nicely with the Josh Rosebrook fragrance. And yes, it smells even better being sprayed from the full bottle. Beautiful, beautiful packaging. Just wanted to show you that. And yeah, my arm smells amazing, and I do really, really love Lately at 5. Like I said, it's the Jasmine Hinoki fragrance. So now let's move into some skincare. Furtuna Skin was so sweet in sending me some replenishments. They sent me their nightly renewal cream, which is just, I swear, this is heaven in a jar. This is probably my favorite cream of all time. I can't begin to describe to you how gorgeous this texture is. Let me show you what it looks like in the jar. So pretty. I love the light peachy pink color. And then because I don't want to use too much of it from the jar, I'm going to take what's here on the cap and put it on my hand to just talk to you about the texture. It has such a soft, pillowy texture that just glides on, and I just can't describe the feeling other than just magical. There is something just magical about when I apply it onto my skin that I just don't even know how to describe it. It's pillowy and luscious, and like I said, it just feels like no other cream that I have ever used. I just absolutely love it, and I use it at nighttime. It's their nightly cream. That's my favorite one between the day and the night cream. I really love the night cream, and I use it at nighttime, and I use it on top of all the other skincare that I've used. And when I use it at night, I love how my skin looks in the morning, and yeah, I just love it. And it's super, super expensive, and I realize that, but it is one of my favorites from Furtuna, and I do have a code with them. It's 20% off. It's down below, and yeah, I just really love it. So if you are someone who likes to splurge on skincare, or cream is one of those things that you're willing to splurge on, I just highly, highly recommend this cream. And I love it that all of their jars come with this spatula, this metal spatula that just magnetizes right onto the cap so you never lose it. So if you don't like to dip your fingers into jars of skincare, they always have that for you. So love that. I also got a replenishment of their face and eye serum. Really, really love this too. I know I've talked a lot about the Apis flower sap as a good replacement for the Earthwise Beauty Ambrosia Doucerado, but I also think that this is a nice replacement for those of you who are looking for something to replace Ambrosia, because I know that that was just so beloved in the skincare community. So this is a nice replacement for that as well. I love this. And then, as you guys know, I absolutely love the micellar essence from Furtuna. They sent me another one of these, but I thought I would just show you the bottle that I already have going. I think this is my second or third bottle of this. I use this all the time. Absolutely love it. So I just wanted to show you that I am almost done with this bottle, and I'm just so happy that they sent me another one. So thank you to Furtuna Skin. Let's move into some skincare that is new to me. I was contacted by TRNR Skin, and Turner is for Dr. Turner. He's a dermatologist, and he sent me his skincare line that I was really curious to try because the ingredients looked really good, and I thought I would give it a go. And unfortunately, not everything was a hit. So I'm gonna start with the product that I like the least, and this is the Glycolic Gel to Foam Cleanser. This has glycolic acid in it, obviously. And I think maybe the glycolic acid in here is too high of a percentage for me, possibly. I'm just not sure, but I only used this one time. I used it in the shower. And when I got out of the shower after using this, I was very irritated. almost all over my face, I think, but kind of had like a red sort of like mask-like irritation that lasted a good 20 minutes to a half an hour. And the only thing new that I had used was this product. Other than that, it felt like a great cleanser. It felt good on the skin, foamed up really nicely. It felt gentle while I was using it, but anyway, it did give me a little bit of irritation, so I won't be using that again. The next product in his line is the niacinamide 5% restorative serum. Now, I will be honest in saying I have not used this yet. This does sound very beautiful though. It's got avocado oil in it, bakuchiol, turmeric extract. But like I said, I still do need to use this, so I will report back on my experience with this. And then finally, I'm saving the best for the last. This is the Prebiotic Lipid Nourishing Moisturizer. This is a lightweight moisturizer that has ceramide, squalane in it, and prebiotic rich yacon root, which I'm not familiar with, but that is obviously where the prebiotics are coming from. So like I mentioned, this is a lightweight moisturizer. And the texture is really interesting. It kind of almost has a silicone-y slip to it. So much so that I had to go back and read the ingredients a couple of times because I was like, am I losing my mind? Are there silicones in here? And I'm just not reading it correctly because it just has that kind of a slip to it, but there are no silicones in here. It just has a really nice slip to it. And I've been really liking this. It hasn't caused me any irritation. It goes on really beautifully. It plays well with all of the other products that I use in my skincare, whether it's a serum or putting makeup on top. So yeah, I really like this. It's not hyper dewy at all. It has a nice slight emollients to it, and I really like it. It's been a big hit for me. I think it would do nicely for those of you who do have oily skin. It seems like his line, especially because he is a dermatologist, I think he definitely has people in mind who have acne. So check out his website, see what you think. I wouldn't necessarily steer everybody away from this cleanser. It could just be me. I do really like the moisturizer and I do highly recommend it. I've got some more skincare for you that was brand new to me, and this is from Versed. I had never tried anything from Versed before, so they sent me their Day Dissolve Cleansing Balm, and they were really kind and sent me two sizes. They sent me their full size and then their travel size, which I'm very, very happy to have. I find that travel sizes of cleansers are probably the most handy thing to have for travel, so very happy to have this. But I will show you the full size, and this is one of those balms, which I think might be in that sherbet category. I'm not too sure what that is exactly. I think it's a Korean skincare category, but I say that because it is a balm. But once you put your finger into it and you start rubbing it around, it almost becomes liquidy as you rub it in, kind of oily, liquidy. It's very interesting, but it doesn't stay in that balm texture for very long at all once it hits the warmth of your skin. And because of that texture, I thought it was gonna rinse really cleanly. Once I started massaging water onto it, I thought I was gonna get the sense of that really like clean feeling. But what's interesting is even though it breaks down, it gets kind of that like liquidy feeling once you're massaging it, especially with the water, and you rinse it off, you don't get that squeaky clean feeling. The emollient still kind of stays on your skin, which I thought was pretty impressive. The scent is really lovely. It has eucalyptus and clove oil in here, so it has a really lovely spa type of scent. As far as the oils, it's got jojoba oil and avocado oil, and it just makes for a really nice first cleanse. It does a really nice job of cleansing off makeup, especially eye makeup, so I really have been enjoying using it for that purpose. So for those of you who don't like really thick cleansing balms and you want something that is a little bit on the thinner side, that is also quite sturdy and does a really good job of removing makeup, then I would give this one a look. Versed also sent me their Weekend Glow AHA Liquid Exfoliant. You can use this in the morning or the nighttime. You can also use it on your body, including your bikini line. So I am actually really glad to have this because I do really love the Rose MD liquid exfoliant as well, but I just ran out. So I'm gonna give this a try and see if I like this as much as I like the Rose MD one. This is one of those products that has the pump on it, so that you just push this down with a cotton swab, or if you'd like to use reusable pads, cotton pads, you can use that as well, of course. This has lactic acid, glycolic acid, azelaic acid, kojic acid, as well as vitamin C. So I'm really looking forward to trying this, but like I said, I have not yet given it a try, so you're gonna have to stay tuned on a review of that. And then finally from First, they sent me their Mood Lighting Glow Drops, and I got the color Sheer Rose Gold. Now you can apply this to dry skin, or you can add a couple of drops to your moisturizer or your makeup. I'm gonna show you what this looks like so you can see that texture right there. And I really like this color. I have used this a couple times. I really like that peachy pink hue. And how I've used it is just as a highlighter, so just kind of like tapping it on my cheeks, just like this. And I find that it just blends in really nicely. And this is not too dewy. So if you don't like that real dewy texture where your hair might kind of stick to your makeup, this might be one that you want to check out because the finish is quite dry and not tacky at all. And I'll just show you again on my hand, now that it's kind of dried down a little bit more, what that looks like. Just super pretty and subtle. All right, and then InnBeauty sent me a few more things, which I was really excited about. They sent me their face glaze in bronze. Now, as you guys probably know, they have a face glaze that's kind of more of a champagne-y color, but they do also have one in bronze. This has beautiful ingredients in it like squalane and ceramides. This is very similar to the Say Beauty one that you guys hear me rave about all the time. I would say the big difference is, of course, in the packaging. So if you feel like you would prefer a tube packaging with a nozzle as its delivery system, then this might be for you. I would also say that this one is darker than the Say. So I'm gonna rub this out on my hand so you can see that color. And it is definitely darker for sure than the Say one. But having said that, there's not a huge difference between the two once you've got makeup on top. I would say there's a difference if you're just gonna leave it as is. So if you've done your skincare and then you wanna put this on top, this definitely is darker. So if you need a darker product and you're just gonna leave it and you're not gonna put anything on top, you might want to look into the InnBeauty one versus the Say one, like if you have darker skin tones. But if you're going to put makeup on top, then I think the difference in the darkness of this one is probably negligible. So anyway, I do have this one on today. I think it's a gorgeous product. I think it does a great job acting as a primer. And I really do think that it livens up the skin and it just gives you that lit from within glow with a little bit of a bronzy hue. I think it's beautiful. InnBeauty also sent me their Pina Colada Glaze Lip Oil. So this has a jojoba oil base. It also has a plant-based plumping complex that is EcoCert certified. It's also naturally flavored. It has a pina colada scent to it, as well as a little bit of a flavor to it. I will put this on at the end of the video. There's a lipstick I want to talk to you about, so I don't want to cover that up right away. So I will put this on, like I said, at the end. I really do like this. I think it's fun. It's not something I'm necessarily going to reach for on a daily basis because the scent is a little bit much for me, so it's not a daily thing, but every once in a while it's totally fine, and I think it is super fun and obviously very summery. And then finally they sent me their Bronze Body Glow, which I have not used yet. And this is a serum oil, transfer resistant, no chunky glitter. This is what the packaging looks like. And then they also sent me their body brush. So I'm actually very excited to try this combination. I've been looking a little bit into self-tanners. I have never taken the leap to do that. So if any of you guys have any that you really like, I would definitely be interested in checking that out. I've been looking at it, is it Salty Face or Salty Girl, something like that. Been kind of curious about that line. So any self-tanners out there that you all like, I am all in for recommendations. But in the meantime, I'm super curious about the InnBeauty Bronze Body Glow. So stay tuned for a review of this, and thank you so much to InnBeauty for sending me all of these. Now we're gonna dive a little bit more deeply into the makeup realm, and I have some really great things from Salt Beauty. They sent me one of their new palettes in black, as well as one of their new single palettes. So in here, I have their new concealer, which I'm pretty sure is their newest release. This is their Best Case Concealer. They also sent me their Sneaky Balm, which I had never tried before. Up here, I have one of their highlighters, and then I've got their bronzer. So I have this all over my face today. And then here in their little singular palette, which is new, I have Sunburnt, and this is also a new color for me. So let's talk about their concealer first. And I was just watching some YouTube videos that Kiki did. So she was explaining it, the more pigment you put in, the less beautiful ingredients you're gonna have for your skin. So she really had to fine tune that. So the color I got was N1. And my experience so far with this concealer has been very positive. I really do like it a lot. Now, I will say that I don't think it gives me quite as much coverage as the Tower 28. I did wake up this morning, as usual, with some dark circles under my eyes, and I feel like it did a pretty good job of covering up the dark circles. Now, if you want full coverage from your concealer, you're not gonna get full coverage from this, and Kiki is very transparent about that. For me, I don't necessarily want total full coverage either. I'm not necessarily looking for that. I don't feel like I need to cover up all of my imperfections. And I really like the texture of this. I feel like it is very creamy. It feels really good to put on the skin. I actually used my fingers and just kind of tapped it on and then just blended it in. Let it sit there for a little while. Then I moved into the Sneaky Balm. And the Sneaky Balm is highly pigmented, also has beautiful skincare ingredients in it as well. And how she described this is that it is actually a skin tint. It's not made to be a full coverage foundation. So once I understood that, it helped me better use it on my skin. So once I had the concealer on, I then took the Sneaky Balm and just kind of gently, for lack of a better word, just kind of smeared it onto my face in different parts with my finger. And then I took my IT Cosmetics double-sided brush that I love so much and then just buffed it around my skin. And then I went in with my concealer and then just kind of blended it all over. I did use a little bit of powder under my eyes just to set the concealer, so that gives me a little bit more coverage as well. But overall, I do really love the finish that I'm getting from both the concealer and the Sneaky Balm. And I really think that InnBeauty Face Glaze does a great job of being a primer and allowing the makeup to just blend very, very nicely. And then the bronzer color that I use just all over my face is light to medium. And then I have the Radiant Cream tint in Warm Tan. And this is what the palette looks like close up. This is the bronzer. So this is in light medium. And then this is the highlighter in Warm Tan. And I just really love how this whole palette works together. I love that it's kind of like a complexion palette. And I'm just super happy to have all of these together. I feel like it'll be great for travel. And as I mentioned before with these compacts, I typically keep the zipper unzipped because it's magnetized and it closes really well securely together just for everyday use. But then you can, of course, zip it up for travel. And then they sent me Sunkissed, which of course is that terracotta type of color that just looks so pretty on the skin, especially for this time of year when you just want that sunburnt type of look. And what I did is I just took like a stippling brush and just made basically like a straight line across the bridge of my nose and my cheekbones and then just blended all of that in. And I just feel like it looks so pretty. So this is just a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Highly recommend it if you do like that sunburnt type of look. So big thanks to Salt New York for sending these my way. I absolutely love all of them. And just in general, I love Salt New York. I love playing with their colors. I love the textures. I love how you can just kind of mix and match the pans and your different palettes. And I just think it's an amazing brand. Very, very sustainable too. And then last but not least, a brand called Queen Musia contacted me and asked if I wanted to try their mascara and a lipstick. And it's just so intriguing, very beautiful packaging, a new clean makeup brand on the scene. So I thought I would give it a try. I thought their website was very intriguing, seemed very inclusive. And so I said, yeah, go ahead and send them to me. So let me show you this mascara. First of all, I love the coloring. The package feels great in the hand, very weighty, very luxe. I will say though that the brush is kind of on that chunky, spiky side. So it is a little bit difficult for me to use. I really like the effect that it has on my lashes. I have 2 coats on today. I really, really like the effect that it gives my lashes. I feel like it made them very full, very long, a nice midway between being fluttery and also volumizing. But I did have a little bit of a hard time in that I kept hitting my lower lash and I did get some smudges down here, so I had to clean that up. That is more user error than the mascara itself. I just have a hard time with thicker, spiky brushes. But having said that, I really like how it looks. I feel like I just need to get the hang of those type of brushes. I think it's just more about me than the actual mascara itself or the brush itself. But if you guys like that type of a brush, you might want to give this a look. And then I really love this lipstick packaging. I think it's very artistic and unique. And again, just love this color. And they sent me Ada, which is a beautiful terracotta color. And this is what I have on my lips today. And I feel like this is a really pretty universal color. I think it would look good on pretty much everybody. And I've only worn this a couple times, but I have found it to be quite easy to apply. Today, I did apply it with a lip brush, which I do find with darker colors like this, it's easier for me to get more of a natural look that I want. And I would consider this a vibrant color. And for such a vibrant color, I feel like I can get quite a natural look with it. And I have actually had this color on my lips for a few hours now, and it's worn very well. Obviously, I've been talking a lot here on camera, and it hasn't bothered me at all. It doesn't make my lips feel dry. So I'm pretty impressed with this formula. It feels comfortable. Like I said, it's worn very well. And I really do like this packaging. I think it's very unique and pretty. So far with this mascara and the lipstick from Queen Musia, I've been pretty impressed and I recommend you check them out. Like I said, I was going to put the lip glaze from InnBeauty on top of this. And just to refresh your memory, this is the Pina Colada lip glaze. And this feels really good on the lips. And their lip oils are pretty popular. I think they do get pretty good reviews across the board. I want to show you what the doe foot wand looks like. It's pretty big and chunky. And then I'm hoping you can see what the lip gloss looks like or the lip glaze looks like on my hand here. Really pretty color, obviously pretty bronzy. Really nice for the summertime. So again, up on top, that's the Queen Musia Ada, and then the InnBeauty lip glaze in Pina Colada. So I do really like how the lip glaze looks on top of that lipstick. I think it kind of finishes off the look a little bit, kind of gives it a little bit more of a summery look. Even though it's totally dreary outside, it is a completely rainy day here in the Pacific Northwest. But I do appreciate all the bronziness that these InnBeauty products have given me. It's making me hopeful for the fact that summertime is just around the corner. And of course, I want to thank all the brands for sending me these products. I really have been enjoying testing them. And the ones that I have not yet tested, of course, I will be letting you know how it goes with them. And of course, if you have any specific questions about anything that I didn't cover about any of these products or any of these brands, please do not hesitate to ask down below. I love to hear what you guys are thinking. And of course, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your time as always. If you did like this video, please do give me a thumbs up. And if you have not yet subscribed, I would love it if you would do so. And I will see you in the next video. Bye.